Garden update, take 2. Okay, I stopped at my sage plant. You see on the other side, that's lemon balm. It goes nuts and spreads like crazy. I planted one of my oregano plant down there in the middle. Probably had from last year. Didn't grow the seed. Didn't have much left of seed on that one. There's a potato plant that apparently the potatoes got left in the ground from last year. It sprouted. I had another one that sprouted. It got moved way over there in that bed. Because it was kind of out there where I had them beds put. All those beds are made from a torn down kids' wooden jungle gym. Actually got 9 beds out of it. You got 2 back there. There, 3 there, 2 more there, 1 over there. And those 2, that one, plastic ones I bought several years ago. What I have here is tomatillo. I think that's probably a radish in the cup next to it. Several tomato plants. I've already given away a bunch. Planted a bunch. Planted some in my brothers and sisters. Still have some. Got some herbs. And a few other things growing in these pots. I think celery's in one of them. Can't remember everything, but I think that's a sage plant that I transplanted right there. That's some garlic chives or onions, I don't recall which. Some more lemon balm in that cup. Another citrus, more lemon balm, another citrus. I think that's another tomatillo. Maybe not. Might be something else. Don't know right now. More tomatoes. More tomatoes. More tomatoes. Think I got enough tomatoes. More chives. More lemon balm. That should be a tomatillo, I'm pretty sure. In the corner. A couple more peppers. I think there might be some more scattered through here. Not sure what that is. I think it just seed got dropped in there. But that bed has sweet potatoes that I planted from slips off of a couple of sweet potatoes we bought from the store. And in front of it is a bush bean that has not sprouted yet. And in the corner there, in the corner over there, some pepper plants, I think. Well, I don't think that corner plant. I guess it's not that corner. It's just these 2. Right there and there. This one, I had peas planted along the front. There's a tomato in the middle. Pepper plant in that corner. Pepper plant in that corner. I have beets on this side of the bed. And I don't recall what's on this side. Might be more beets. Thought there was something else, though. I can't recall. That's a plant that Dad brought home a couple of years ago. I transplanted it this year. That's a mix hodgepodge of a basil plant, several wildflowers. That one I think was dug out of the yard. That's a forget-me-not, blue flowers. There's some cilantro. Pepper plant in the middle, already got little blooms, little peppers started. Tomatillo, I think, again. And in the middle, I cannot recall what I planted there. But something's coming up. I got a strawberry where somebody threw a strawberry down. Apparently it's growing on its own. It's starting to spread. That's another little pepper plant. These are all bell peppers, by the way. Another bell pepper. Tomato. Bell pepper. Bell pepper. Sweet potato slip. Sweet potato slip. Radishes in the middle. All the little ones, that's carrots. In the whole bed. There's also beans that I planted around the cage. And so far I don't see too many of them coming up. But it's only been a few days. Here's another bed. I had planted a tomatillo there, but it croaked or something got it. And that's a pepper. Bugs are eating it up. Same with that one. And this bed has parsnips planted in it. Apparently the whole bed. And then I got some onions around the tomato, which does have a couple of blooms. And there's also beans or peas, or both, planted along the outside edge. I think that's a pea. But there's another pepper. This bed is loaded with radishes. Those rows that you see all green. In between the radishes are some potato plants. Close view of that. I actually had 3 in each open row there. There's also a basil plant here. It's supposed to help with bugs, fighting the bugs. Another potato. This is red potatoes, by the way. Another bed here. That would be the potato we moved that was over here. It's a red potato. That's a radish that came up from last year. It's going to seed. And I got onions and garlic in this bed. The big ones are the garlic, they're going to seed. The little ones are onions. It's another view of the peas. They're starting to come out. The trellis behind them that they're going to climb. Basically a piece of fencing. What I made all my tomato cages out of, the same fencing. I bought a roll several years, probably about 7 years ago, and I'm still using it up. I've given a bunch of them away. That's the sweet potatoes again. Another little pepper plant. One over there. And one there. One in this corner got eaten or died. I'll find the edge of it. Now this one's the one with the spinach on this side. So you see the green stuff coming up. And on this side is kale, the little green ones. And I also planted beans and seeds around the outside of this one as well. On all these cages where the tomatoes are, I did that. There was a tomato in here, something got it too. This one has lettuce in the back rows, cabbage in the front rows. Like I said, it did have a tomato in the middle, and I planted beans and peas around this one too. So these are your little cabbages. You have to start thinning them out. Lettuces, same thing. Got them out. There's also a tomato here that's gone. Of course, I got plenty of them to replace it with. Back half is eggplant. Not sure which of these are eggplants. Maybe that one. Hard to tell. But there's several popping through. And the front half is okra. I think that's what these little anemic looking ones are. Not getting a lot of sun light right now. It's a tongue twister. Hey, you see these little metal stakes or poles or rods or whatever you want to call them sticking up? There's one. Each one of those, there's pumpkin seeds planted. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of those. I believe I planted some watermelon seeds in there too. And if you step back, this whole section from where these boxes start or end over to where the edge of the sidewalk starts, about 4 rows, leaving just enough path to get between there and the boxes down through here, all the way to the fence nearly, is corn. And they were planted a little over a week ago, maybe closer to 2 weeks. And a little hard to spot in this wood chips for this Back to Eden garden. See if I can find a spot where I can see my foot. There we go. That should be one of the corn plants popping up. Something seems to be getting at them already. Probably in another week or two you'll be loaded with them. Can't see too many of them right now. Some kind of wildfire goes all over the place. Bees love it. So I leave it wherever I can. And this is a strawberry patch. You can see blooms on some of it. This was planted last year from seed. Bought the strawberries, separated the seeds from them, planted them inside and brought them outside and planted them. And now they're spreading over this bed. I've also planted some marigolds and some wildflowers in some of these beds to try to help attract bees to them. I think there was something else in here, but I can't remember. Too many plants. Okay, here we got another tomato in the middle. This side is green zucchini squash, which are now popping through, putting out those big old massive leaves. I think there was like 3 seeds in each corner of this side, 3 seeds in each corner of that side, but those ones haven't come up yet. Apparently they take a few more days. And see in that corner there, did not plant that, that's wild poke plant, which is where they get poke salad. And there's some more, and it's wild, all that's wild. I'm going to try to collect some seeds from it this year. Me and Dad's already ate some of it out of the garden on the other side of the yard. It's actually pretty good. Put it in some cornmeal batter and fry it. Whoa. And more poke. The poke salad. These are what's left of our tulips. They're starting to dry up and drop their petals all over the place. These were here when we moved here. It's orange poppies. They grow in the neighbor's yard and in our yard. Did not plant those. There's a bunch up here still haven't popped out. You see right there is a little rose bush. I dug that up, roots and all, moved it, and it's grown back already on its own from a piece of root that got stuck in, left into the ground. Very aggressive little grower there. Not sure what kind of wild plant that is. It might be burdock. We tried some burdock that was growing over here last year. Fried it up. It was all pretty good too. Let's see. There's another little corn plant right there. It went all the way to the edge with it. That's pretty much it, other than right here some more tomatoes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And all along here are also some peas. They're peas and beans, or just beans, I can't recall which, but there's a little one popping through the ground right there. Pretty sure that's a bean. And of course we've got these onions that are growing wild from previous years. Another one. We can try to get you. We move this plant here. See it? It's a lilac bush, or I think it's a lilac bush. Moved it from next to that tree right there, so we have a little bit more room to plant. But this is kind of a one end to the other, the garden. Got a dogwood and a redbud. Dogwood's on the left, redbud's on the right. And there's the rest of the plants, the rest of the garden. There's another few on the right I'll get to here in a second. These are pieces of sticks and stuff that we cut off these trees over time, saving as firewood if we ever decide to have a fire. And that's the old fence we tore down. Dad's cut it up as firewood as well. Right here's the one bed I just planted several days ago. It was a Saturday. I've had cauliflower, fennel. It's either fennel or kohlrabi. Mustard greens. I said cauliflower. And broccoli. And I've got the boards to keep the birds away till they have time to sprout. Over here, you see the fence I got tied up there. I made some string to finish it out because I didn't have a long piece enough to make up the difference. All along here is beans. No, not beans, cucumbers. That little green thing there, and there's several in the yard. You probably saw the one on in the back. Those are to scare cats away, to keep them from doing their dirty work in the yard, the garden. We had beans planted back here last year. We might do that again. Don't know. I planted right at the corner of that fence. Planted some catnip. There's Mr. Squirrel sneaking down the pole. I already caught one today and sent him across the river to his new home. Keep him out of my garden, keep him from eating my plants. I know they're the ones eating some of them. Those are daylilies or some similar name. They haven't produced their stalks and flowers yet. That's a crepe myrtle. You had to cut it down last year because most of the branches died. And these are some kind of lily. I can't recall the name of them. The tall ones get about 8 feet tall. The smaller ones get about 5 to 6 feet tall. There's some more poke salad. Poke for the poke salad. It's just run all over the place. And there's a whole bunch of them little flowers. They come in bulbs. You plant the bulbs, and the ones for those big flowers, those are right now about the size of a softball because I had to move them from over here where the new fence you see is up so that we didn't trample all over them. I moved them and transplanted them over here. These are peonies, as my dad and mom always called them pinies. I think it's a Tennessee pronunciation. That's some of the bulbs getting ready to sprout. There's red, I think, and pink. I don't know if there's a white. I think there's a white. Can't remember. But there's one there, 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 and there. And there's one that's really close to blooming. That's a little miniature rose that my brother Terry got Mom years ago for one of her birthdays or Mother's Day or something. It's one of our little stands for flowers. There's another one over there. 2 of them. This is where I moved all those lily plants from the back behind this green and white plant, which I can't recall the name of. That's a tea rose right there, some color, I think. I can't remember if that's a blue or pink. That's the plant that Dad brought home one year, and it's been transplanted a couple times. That rose bush you see, which is a little bit hacked up right now, is a knockout bush. Dark pink flowers. And back there you see another crepe myrtle. Didn't think that was going to make it this year. It stayed bare boned up until like a week and a half ago. There's a lilac bush in the front, but you can get it from here, and the gate's locked. We did that to keep anybody from people from getting in the yard and stealing stuff. Tired of losing things out of the yard, which we've been doing. And a grill stolen, and a fire pit stolen. He just dumped all the ashes out of it and took it. But they're gonna have a harder time now, because not only is there a lock on the front gate to this backyard, there's a chain and a lock on the back. But that's pretty much it. Patio type area. That's my cage. I've been catching the squirrels and cats in. I take the cats on the other side of the river too and let them go in a farm area. Sage bush right there. Good stuff. Y'all need to grow your garden. Save you a lot of money at the grocery store. Sign out. Bye.